So windy. Windy, windy, windy. Oh, I love this. This is amazing. Wow. Brandon here with Berserker Offroad, and today I'm exploring those mountains behind me. That's San Isabel National Forest. And I'm looking for dispersed camping sites. You know, I'm new to the area and I want to see what's around me. And today it's a beautiful day. It's like mid-60s, a little windy, and I hope you can hear me over that. I'm doing my best to mitigate that. But you know, today it's just me and my truck, you know, a little bit of gear, my cameras, and I'm gonna take you along as I look for places to camp. I'm finally able to come down here and explore the area. There's a main forest road that goes through the southern portion of San Isabel National Forest, and it just opened seasonally last weekend. And had I come down here a few weeks before that, I sure would have been bummed to come down here and find a locked gate. And there were some tools that helped me prevent that from happening. Onyx Off-Road was a great tool when I was planning this trip. I was scrolling around the map and I was looking at the forest roads, trying to find areas to explore, and one of the forest roads was orange, and that piqued my interest. And when I clicked on it, it showed me the road was not open yet. I still had another week before it opened. So imagine how disappointed I would have been if I would have spent the 2 hours to drive down here and gotten to a locked gate. And that Onyx Off-Road that really saved me for my trip planning. Now, that's not the only tool I use when I plan my trips. I do corroborate everything with the MVUMs on the National Forest Service website. Those are the mixed vehicle use maps. And those are the source of truth for what's open and what's closed. And the Forest Service, they update them periodically. And there's a reason why not all roads are open all the time. Some of them, it's seasonally. For example, the forest roads behind me, a lot of them were still packed with snow and they're just now thawing out. And so they close them most of the time for your own good, so you don't get up there and get stuck and need someone to come up there and bail you out. Other areas, they're closed because of environmental impact, because so many people have explored them that the local resources they need a break. And so they close the area down so that's time to recover, so that more people in the future can enjoy the beautiful area. So keep that in mind when you're exploring national forests. You know, be respectful. If an area is closed, stay out of it. If signs are posted that say no trespassing, no camping, you know, respect those and move along. There is a lot of land out here to explore, a lot of other places that you can go to. Don't let your ego get in the way just because you spent all that time getting to that one spot, or it's your favorite camping spot and it's closed off and you just have to be there. But, you know, let it go and move along. So that's how I planned this trip. Now it's time to hop in the Jeep and go explore San Isabel National Forest and look for those dispersed campsites. Dispersed camping is camping in national forests outside of designated campgrounds or pay to stay. Dispersed camping typically has no services like water, trash, or toilets. This means you actually get to use all that overlanding gear you carry. Now plan ahead to be self-contained. Bring your own water and pack out what you brought in. You'll likely need to dig cat holes for human and pet waste. Now, you cannot camp within 100 feet of a water source, like a stream or a lake, or within 1 mile of existing designated campgrounds. Overnight stays are not allowed at trailheads. Try to pick areas within 150 feet of the roadway to keep from trampling vegetation. Some national forests, they require you to park within 1 vehicle length of the road. Leave no trace or trash. Extinguish all fires. If it's smoking or smoldering, it's too hot. If you can't hold your hand to the ground in a fire pit, it's still too hot. Now, there are more guidelines and tips on the National Forest website, which is linked below. Each national forest may have their own guidelines or additional restrictions, so do plan ahead. One giveaway you found a campsite is tire tracks leading off the road. You'll typically find a site that's already been vetted and cleared, often with an existing fire pit. This clearing looks like a candidate for dispersed camping. Except that to get there, I had to go on an unmarked road and through a gate, so it's likely off limits. So I moved on and kept looking. I found this site at the top of Black Mountain. It's below the tree line and protected from the wind. It's also not visible, so I won't intrude on others' enjoyment of the scenery. Towards the top of the mountain, I stopped for lunch to take in the view. I sure do appreciate the convenience and taste of backpacking meals. Well, thanks for coming along for the ride while I explored the southern portion of San Isabel National Forest. It was a beautiful day. It was sunny. For a while it was cloudy, but the sun came out. It's just a gorgeous day. I got to explore some new roads, play with my camera gear, find some new places to camp, and I'm looking forward to coming back here and pitching a tent. So I'm Brandon with Berserker Off-Road, and I'll see you on the trail.